I remember back in the day when I was younger, I used to think dreaming and make-believing was wonder. Full were my daughter's dreams. All I wanted to do was keep her asleep, because that way, I knew she could experience peace. Instead of the difficulties I often thought were problems only for me, back in the day, I used to always say that dreaming and pretending was something only children did. It may have been something I was taught from my mother, or I think when I was younger, I may have shared my daydreams and always felt like they and me were a bother. Like Elvis, I was a dreamer. My rocks never rolled, though, because I always hoped for someone else to help me push them. I remember back in the day when I was younger, I often would wander and ponder and consider what I needed to do to become better. To ensure my sunny dreams were never thunder, I used to search for light, thinking that it was outside of myself. But now, as a mother, I always teach my daughter, or I guess you could say that she taught me, that a life without dreaming is a nightmare. I now encourage my daughter to play pretend, because truth is, story be told, only she can decide the beginning and how her journey or story, wherever it starts, it's up to her to choose the direction of her story's end. Asleep or awake, our brains are always working. She must know that no matter how it starts, she can always try and start again. Nothing is ever a failure when we begin again. And the beauty of this thing called life is we can always reimagine. We can change the settings, we can add new characters, we can change our address, gender, whatever we need to do to ensure our story is one that we proudly remember. Not only kids pretend. When we meditate, we are manifesting. When I don't or forget to try, R.I.P. Aaliyah, I make sure that I try again. If at first you don't succeed, you better reimagine. When my kindergartner lets her disappointment show face, I let her know right there loudly and bold that if she is not happy, then why does she not start reimagining? Don't sit in your sadness, my girl. You were born for magic. Somewhere along my journey as I was parenting, I learned that not all adults who teach have the knowledge to practice. But who am I to judge? Positivity is a habit, love and kindness is a choice, and respect is something that every human being deserves. And at any part in one's life story, if they wouldn't leave a rave review, then it's up to you, the author, the narrator, the main person, the lead character, to reimagine what happens next. Reimagining is the act of being a boss. Reimagining is choosing to take charge. Reimagining is knowing who the heck you are and what you want, and never giving up or accepting less than you were created for.